and I'm going to start letting everyone in.
Okay.
Hi, everyone who's just joined. We're just adding a few more people into the session, so just bear with us for a moment, please. Okay, so I think we'll make a start. So good afternoon and welcome everyone to our Creative Cruising and Royal Caribbean presentation. Joining us today, we have David Ninham from Royal Caribbean. A few quick housekeeping notes before we start. Everyone should be in mute mode for the webinar. If you do have any questions throughout the presentation, if you can please pop them into the chat function, which is located at the bottom of the screen, and then we'll go through any of those questions together at the end. So just quickly before I do pass over to David, we've got two amazing exclusive offers with Creative Cruising at the moment and Royal. So for any Quantum of the Seas 2022 sailing, excluding the Trans-Pacific, we're actually going to be paying you guys an additional $100 bonus commission per booking, which is going to be paid back to you as a gift card. So this is actually valid for any quantum booking made between the 19th of May and the 30th of June, and it's actually applicable for all of the cabin categories. And then secondly, we've got a fantastic winter cruise promotion. When you book any Royal Caribbean cruise through us, Creative Cruising, between the 1st and the 30th of June, you're going to go into the draw to win your very own cruise on Quantum of the Seas, which would be absolutely fantastic. All right, that's it from me for now. I'm going to pass over to David so we can learn more about what's new with Royal. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is David. I'm going to be running through with you today basically what's new with Royal, and also give you a bit of an update as well of our 23-24 season and remind you what ships are coming out and go from there. So let's start it off. So pretty much, we're coming back into the industry. So let's start off with exactly what we're looking at already, have already cruised with us, and why it's important to really start showing why cruising is back and going well. So to give you an idea, this is a couple of months ago. So this is back in March, this one came out. We already had at that stage, more than 1 million guests had already sailed with us across just this year alone. And then in from there, you can already see at that stage, we had 21 ships. We're actually now got all of our ships, so 26 different ships are back in service. A lot of people have already been through to Coco Cay. We've actually had staff members here in the office go over as well. And they were part of the 80,000 people who went up to the top of Daredevil's Peak and absolutely enjoyed that. So this gives you a bit of an insight that yes, the industry is back. Yes, we've come back, and we're actually coming back with a very big, strong presence as well. Now, how are we doing it? So the Royal Promise is all about what we're delivering on our ships to make it safe for both your customers and also the crew as well. So when it comes to it, nice and simple, everyone has to be vaccinated to start off with. When it comes to, it's going to make it nice and easy. When it comes to the Australian policies and procedures, we haven't yet come out with our latest updates with these ones, purely because we're not cruising until October and November out of Australia. And as we know, COVID policy and procedures do change regularly. There's only P&O and Princess right now that have come out with something, and we'll be looking at coming out closer to the actual sailing date. So this is more along the lines of what the rest of the world's doing. So right now we're looking at vaccination is required for all guests 12 and up. Testings before sailings also has to happen. So whether it's a PCR test or the actual more inclusive one, that's in there as well for you. And all tests are also fully vaccinated and get tested regularly as well. Now, what happens on board to basically service you guys? So nice and easy, we'll start with the more regular sort of stuff that you'd expect to see. So we've got medical grade cleaning of basically products on board to help clean the ship itself. So as we're all aware, Royal itself was actually really maximizing the cleaning, and they were running around the place constantly cleaning up after their customers while they're on board. We've actually taken that to the next level now, and the actual products that we're using have taken it up So it's now got actual hospital grade medical supplies on there. We've actually increased our filtration on the actual ship itself. So whether you're actually in an inside cabin or a balcony cabin, you're still going to be having fresh air coming through to your cabin on a regular basis. From there as well, we've also upgraded our medical facilities on board. So regularly, we normally had just the one medical facility, which covered everything. Now we actually have our own standalone COVID medical facilities on most of our ships. We're in through there. The team that are actually in the COVID and also the regular one never had the chance to meet, purely so neither of them cross over and happen to give everyone's COVID. On our COVID side of things, we have things like ICU beds. We've also got in there as well the doctors and nurses who are highly trained up in COVID, and we've also got ventilators as well. Now, for North American customers, we also take them home. So if they do happen to pull up a positive reading while they're on board, we actually debark them and then fly them back to their destination that they want to go to. Usually on this way, it's a private sort of plane to get them back there. We're still working through that sort of process here in Australia as well. Now, flexibility when you need it, this is more referring to if you do get COVID up to 48 hours prior to traveling, we understand that it happens. We actually allow you to cancel and we'll actually give it back to you as an FCC. So that gives your clients a chance to really go, we don't have to worry about if we do get it, there's always something that can help us out at the end of the day.
David, I think there might be an issue with the video. It's just frozen and the sound is coming through staticky.
Yep.
Okay, I think we may have lost David there. Just bear with me for a moment.
Let's see if I can get a better one.
Okay.
I'm still in your office. Okay. Taking over the boss's office. Sorry about this, everyone. Okay, hopefully this now works a bit better for us all. Okay.
We're not seeing your screen just yet.
Gotta love this technology that we all have these days.
That's right.
And think it just worked amazing a moment ago when we were actually testing it all out.
I know, it's always the way.
All right, so let's just try to do this now. There you go. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. All right, let's get back there. So let's just have that video play again for you all. It's a bit of a chance to remember what cruising is all about. Are you?
It's still not moving. It's just the sound. I think we might need to just skip past the video, unfortunately.
Yeah. How's that? Can you see the next slide?
No, it's in presentation mode, presenter mode at the moment.
Okay, let's try to share this one then. How's that? Can you see Odyssey of the Seas?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so let's try this again. So Odyssey of the Seas is actually one of our newer ships that have actually come into service. This is actually our Quantum Ultra class ship that we actually have. It's based out of Europe right now, and it's going to be doing trips around through Europe. Think of it this way, think of Ovation, which we all know and love, but then we've actually modernized it a lot more for you as well. So what we've done onto it is we've actually added on some amazing new points for the actual the back of the ship there. We've got the Seaplex and also the trampolining set up as well. So with this one here, it gives you the chance to jump on the trampolines with the bungees on there and gives the 6 trampolines in through there, and the customers can just sit back and relax and enjoy that experience. But then we also take it to the next level. So for this one here, we also allow them to jump on and use the virtual reality headsets. This will give them augmented reality and allow them to actually play games, and also then from there, jump through space, tackle planets, and also do other things while they're jumping around on the back of the ship as well. From here as well, we've got some amazing new bars on board as well, like sports bars and stuff like that as well, which it really dictates through to the Americans. Let's hope this now works for us. If not, we'll see a normal screen. No sound?
Yes, it's working.
So as you can see, yeah, that's the new and amazing ship of Odyssey of the Seas that we actually have. So as you can see, you've got the sky pad at the back there, which is the trampolining setup. The other new amazing feature that we've got in there as well is the new lime and coconut bar. This is one of our newest bars we've got on board, and it's actually by the customers rated in our top 5 overall. From there as well, we still have the amazing solarium and also the Seaplex in there as well, with the bumper cars, roller skating, indoor soccer, basketball, trapeze school, plus much, much more. As well as we've also included El Loco Fresh as well. The other slight change with the ship is that we've got Giovanni's Kitchen and Wine Bar instead of Jamie's on there for you. The next ship that's actually been released is our Wonder of the Seas. So Wonder of our Seas is actually our newest of the Oasis class ships. This one here is currently sailing throughout Europe, doing its 7-night Barcelona and also Rome itineraries. And very soon it's going to be cruising back over to Port Canaveral and cruising out of there. Let's just take a look at this one. So with Wonder, we still have the same sort of look and feel as what an Oasis class has. But then from there, we've actually modernized it and redesigned a lot of parts. So at the back of the ship there at the aft, you actually will find an adventure playground for the kids to run around in through there. So we've actually reimagined the Wonder Dunes, which is usually where you find your putt areas and stuff like that as well. From there as well, we've also redesigned the pool deck and gave it a real Caribbean sort of feeling. Also added in there a few bars and that throughout there as well, like the lime and coconuts. The kids areas are actually really open up. So for the kids club, we've actually opened up the space in there to really give the kids that are going in there a more relaxed and less worrying sort of feeling. So for the kids big and small that go in there with their siblings, they can actually see them and keep their worries at ease. So this is a good part for everybody overall, especially the parents, so they don't have to worry about their kids coming up to them and saying they don't want to go back to the actual kids club itself. From here, we also have included a new neighborhood to the area. This is our suite neighborhood. So this is actually located up there near where all the suites are actually located. You've got your coastal kitchen for their dining options in there, but then from there, they also then get the chance to relax and experience a one-of-a-kind sort of elevated retreat. In through the 5 dining areas of the coastal kitchen, you've also got your wonderful pool area, bars, spas, and all that sort of stuff in here to really sit back and relax and enjoy as well. So as I said, Wonder is actually cruising in from Rome and Barcelona right now. And then from there, it's also going to be going off and doing a Fort Lauderdale and also Port Canaveral sort of itineraries, which is your 7-night East and West Caribbean itineraries, and also including in there as well for your perfect day. Now, we've got 2 wonderful ships that are coming out very soon, and we're actually starting to make them. The first one I'm going to talk about is the first one that's going to come out, and it's a new of its class. This is Icon of the Seas. Icon of the Seas, we're proud to basically introduce our new extraordinary class of adventure. This is really going to be focusing on our adventure side of things, and it's going to be basically from the front of the ship right through to the back. It's going to basically take the next level sort of look and feel for cruising itself. This one here is actually going to be a step bigger than our Oasis class ships, and we're actually going to be sailing at 5,600 passengers on board for Icon. Then from there, we're also going to be releasing our newest of the Oasis style ships. So in 2024, we're going to be releasing Utopia of the Seas. This is really going to be focusing on one of our big focus points that we have for the company, which is saving the waves, where this is going to be staging through for our new technology we've got on board, which is our LNG technology, also making way to try and make it as carbon neutral as we possibly can for cruising overall. So this is going to be our latest of our Oasis class. It's actually Oasis 6 for this one. So let's take a look ahead and see what's coming out. So we've already got Wonder of the Seas, which is coming out right now. From there, we then have the Icon coming out next year, the Oasis class in 2024. And then from there, we also are already booking in for Icon 2 and 3 along the way. So we've got some amazing ships coming out, and this is possibly going to be all over the next 4 or 5 years. We'll have 4 new ships coming out overall. So this is a really important sort of screen, because this is showing to you that Royal is still building and we're still getting bigger and better, which also of course means there's more space for your clients to go on. So this is the best chance to really start looking in the future and getting your clients excited to start going their next lot of adventures soon. But then let's look at what we currently have in the system and what classes we have right now. So we do have the 6 ships classes. So we've got Vision of the Seas, we've got Voyager of the Seas, which everyone knows and love, and of course Radiance as well. Freedom class is a larger version of Voyager, with the Oasis class, which are our larger ships right now. And then we have Quantum class, which is of course Quantum of the Seas, as well as Ovation of the Seas. Don't forget, Quantum is cruising out of Brisbane in November, the 1st of November, it rocks up and cruises. And then we've also got Ovation cruising out of Sydney later this year. Let's have a talk about Quantum class. So Quantum class, we have the 3 main ships of that one: Quantum, Anthem, and Ovation. So Quantum and Ovation is going to be the Australian ones, and Anthem is cruising out of America. But then you've also got Spectrum and Odyssey, which is our Quantum Ultra classes on top of that as well. These are technological amazing ships overall, where you've got things such as the North Star, which is a 360 views going 300 feet above sea level. We have the sea plexes in through there at the back of the ship, where there's sports and everything like that in there for you, with roller skating, basketball, bumper cars, trapeze school. And we also have as well the iFly and also the Flow Rider. From there as well, we've got some amazing technological advances on there as well, with the 270 bar location at the back of the ship. We can sit back and watch shows as pixels and stuff like that. as well as our amazing theaterette and also other locations on board as well. So these are the three main sisters themselves. And as I said, Anthem is cruising out of New York right now and gives you the chance to actually go past the Statue of Liberty on the way through. So why is Quantum Class so amazing? So we do have some amazing experiences on board over there for them, as well as it's great for families, whether they're young families right through to the older generation. It's really good for that multi-generation sort of family holidays. The pools and the whirlpools are next level. The teen centers, as I said, we're making bigger and better for everyone overall. Entertainment, there are 3 locations on board Quantum Classes for them to sit back and enjoy. Bars and lounges are absolutely incredible, right through from your Bionic Bar right through to the 270 bars in there. Especially dining is the next level, as well as our accommodations as well. So let's start talking about the onboard activities that we currently have on there. So onboard activities that we have on board the ship ranges from your North Star, which is a pre-booked activity. It's for free of charge. We also have the rock climbing wall. We also have iFly, which is another pre-booked activity, also free of charge. Flow Rider. From there as well, we also have the roller skating, the bumper cars. There's also little activities that you'll find out around the ship itself, ranging from how to fold napkins into different sort of creatures, and also towels as well, right through to piano playing and stuff like that as well. So there's a lot of activities, depending on what your age group is, as to what we have on board. Then from there, we have our amazing pools as well. So the pools themselves have everything from your Splash Away Bay, which is our H2O zone for the kids area, which is on the main pool deck itself, right through to the solarium, which is the adults only multi-tier pools right at the front of the ship itself. So you can sit back in the lounges there, see what the captain's seeing, and just enjoy the world go by as well. North Star, as I said, is actually one of our amazing venues to have, and this is definitely good for when we're actually cruising through, say, New Zealand. So it's a hot tip is to get your clients booked while we're cruising through the sounds in New Zealand, because it gives them a chance to really see the sounds in a very unique way, and not many people have the chance to see it as well. Seaplex is an amazing location to go see. Whether you're in for laser tag or trapeze school, this is a place for your kids to really go in there and love and have fun. Or even the big kids at heart can still get in there and having a lot of fun as well, jumping onto the bumpy cars, and or even trying to learn to skate or fall over most of the time is what we all do. The Royal Esplanade is also our main location that a lot of things happen. So this is where you'll meet the officers on the officers' night. You also have a lot of shops and also dining venues through here as well. The Bionic Bar to sit back and relax. You happen to be on the New Year's Eve cruise. This is actually where the balloon drop happens as well. So this is a major place and a major focal point for our ships as well. And it's a good place for your customers to meet up and find everyone as well. When it comes to entertainment, we do take things to the next level. So most people don't realize this, but we actually own the shows that we've actually made on board, other than, of course, the big scale Broadway shows like Cats and that. What these ones we actually have is we've got massive areas in Miami where we actually finely tune the actual shows themselves, and the actual staff that are on there learn all about the shows to about 2 months before they even get on board the ship itself. So what are we going to be seeing when we do get on board? So for Quantum of the Seas, we have Starwater, we have Sequence and Feathers, as well as Sonic Odyssey. These are the 3 amazing shows that you'll be seeing while you're on Quantum. And then for Ovation, we've got The Dream, we've got Pixels, and Love Live Legs. Some amazing shows that we've all made for that sort of thing for you. These are all located in the 270 area and also the main theaterette, but we also do have music hall for our live music as well, from anywhere from INXS rival bands and other things on top of that as well. The other class that's going to be coming out here is, of course, Vision. Vision class is our Rhapsody of the Seas class that was once upon a time that came out here. But we're going to be coming up with a new ship called Enchantment of the Seas. Enchantment is a beautiful ship. It's going to give us a chance to really get into some amazing niche sort of destinations that we either haven't been to in such a long time or have never been at all. Now, what are we going to expect when we do get on board Enchantment? So Enchantment still has the same look and feel as what a Royal Caribbean ship does. It has the amazing pools and whirlpools on there, the rock climbing walls, which is the must for everyone, and it was basically a first on Royal. We have the indoor solarium as well as conference centers and stuff like that as well. So let's have a quick look at them so we can get a better look at what we were expecting to see. So the solarium, as I said, this is the 16 and over area. We've got the wonderful glass roofs in through there, so they can come in and sail through any sort of weather and sit back and relax as well. There's wonderful parks, cafe in here, as well as bars in there as well for them. Complimentary dining. So we've got the park cafe, as I said, which you'll find in the solarium, as well as Windjammer buffet. We've got the main dining room and also a couple other options as well on top of that as well. So the main dining room itself is a beautiful, amazing multi-level dining room itself, where you will have amazing meals and be able to deal with everything from your family time dining right through to your late and nighttime dining options as well. Don't forget with family time dining to tick on that, so then the actual staff know that you're actually here for the family time dining and can come down and collect the kids during the entree service. And then when that's done, the parents can also take off for the rest of the night and don't have to sit there and enjoy that, and they can go find other venues to dine at as well. So when it comes to accommodation, let's have a quick look at what it looks like on board the ship. So we do have some amazing suites on board, ranging from your Royal Suite, which has got its own grand piano in there, right through to the Junior Suites. We have everything in here for your customers to sit back and relax and enjoy and be able to take up the experience overall. Now, if your customers are going to be staying in one of our suites, we do, of course, have amazing stateroom options for everyone else. These stateroom options ranging from your inside interior right through to accessible interiors and also your family balcony accessibles and stuff like that. We have it all sorted in here for you. The ship is absolutely amazing. Now, when it comes to balcony, the key thing to note for these ones is there's only limited spacing in. If they do want to get hold of a balcony, it's best to book as soon as possible from those ones. Now, I'm going to have a quick talk about our amazing thing that has come up during the pandemic, and that's our Homeport. So Homeport is actually our online travel agency portal, which is where you'll find everything from our online brochure, which constantly is updated with all the latest information, or the trade flyers, which you can actually customize for your agency logos and that to go on there, social posts and tiles, right through to any sort of service forms that you may need to help your customers along the way. So that's pretty much the update that we have from here at Royal. Any questions?
If anyone has any questions, feel free to pop them into the chat function down the bottom of the screen.
I know quite a few people possibly had seen a lot of this beforehand when I've been doing Clear and stuff like that. So if you want, I can touch base on what a lot of people have been asking along the way. So it might just help out with a few questions that you may have, and at least then we can try and tip it over so you may not feel you want to come and answer or ask those questions. First ones that we're mostly having is, of course, what are we doing with the actual procedures when we're coming back to cruise? Well, as I said beforehand, the main thing for that one is we're updating it along the way. Each and every country has got its own protocols and that we have to try and abide by. The easiest way of doing it is we're actually updating customers with the current policy procedures a couple of weeks before they actually cruise, so it comes with documents themselves. With Australia, which is what everyone's waiting on, we will be probably releasing them out closer to the actual sailing dates for our Hawaii cruises. They're coming down to Sydney and also Brisbane. And from that point, we'll have a better understanding on what we need to do to ensure that everyone is safe on board. Because America right now is no longer mask policies or anything like that. They're literally up and sailing with no problem at all. So this is where we have to balance between the two sort of countries. Brochures is another big sort of questions that we've been getting asked a lot of. What are we doing with brochures, and then what are we going to be doing in the future? So right now, we do have the online brochure. Now, this is actually a brochure which is fully interactive, and it is able to be clicked and sent through to your customers because there's a web link from there. We're not too sure if we're going to be bringing out any sort of cutaway flyers or anything like that to help out with brochures or any sort of random questions, especially with the deck plans and stuff like that in the future. We are thinking about that. We just don't know how we're going to do that or in what capacity we're going to do it. Other sort of questions that we have been getting have been more along the lines of free cruises or TA rates or anything like that. When it comes to TA rates, I do advise to have a chat through to Creative and see what they can do for you and give you the best sort of rate forward from there. They're probably the main sort of questions that most people have been asking, other than specific sort of booking issues or specific sort of questions overall. Anyone else got anything to help you out with?
No, there doesn't seem to be any other questions in there at the moment. All right, so thank you very much for that, David, and thank you everyone for attending.
No problem, pleasure. Anytime.
All right.